we're here in Pucón in Chile. One of the most extreme tours, let's say, on the ride expeditions list. This is the World's End Tour, and we're going to be riding from Chile all the way down to the bottom of the world, to Ushuaia, down the bottom in Argentina.
So the riding here has been really varied. There's been the tarmac roads, great roads for going fast, and there's been the gravel, which was a novelty to me, and hard work for me. But you know, looking back now, I think I enjoyed the hard work of the gravel roads just as much as the fun of doing 150 on a curve.
I had a great time with the bike once I got to know her a little bit. She ran well on the road, but I particularly enjoyed the off-road experience.
The bikes was originally, when I booked, I think we had a choice. Then came the message that we're doing KTMs. I have no experience with it, so I was kind of okay. I guess you guys have chosen what's best, and I'm very impressed. I'm very happy to ride it. I think to me it handles just perfectly.
This is lake to General Carrera, and he must have been pretty pleased to have this lake named after him, because it's absolutely stunning. When we came down here a couple of days ago, topaz blue water, absolutely stunning, and you can see it's surrounded by huge snow-capped mountains. There's islands in the middle. There's marble caves, just amazing. We spent the day here yesterday as a rest day. Prior to that, it's been quite intense, really, because we're covering big distances, about 400k on some of the days, and then when we've had off-road days or gravel road days, then slightly less. But it's still, you know, we've been travelling quite a lot of distance from where we left Pucón at the top and making our way down. We've crossed a couple of times between Chile and Argentina, so over the course of the trip we will cross 6 times. Yeah, but the scenery is just absolutely stunning. You think, wow, that's a fantastic view, I won't get better than this. And then half the day later you come down to the top of a mountain pass and there's the valley in front of you. There's been rainbows, there's been rivers. It is just almost sensory overload.
We had some terrific, nice curves going through some treed areas with some mountains and streams next to us, which was just a delight to ride on. And then we hit some flat away stuff where the vistas went on for miles.
I think we've probably got about half and half gravel to road today, and that's a great mix for me. Just so fun to ride. The bikes have been fantastic for it, so there's big smiles on everybody's faces at the end of the days. So it's a glorious Sunday morning. We're in a place called Gobernador Gregoria, so Governor Gregoria, and we're in Argentina yet again. We've hopped between Chile and Argentina. Yesterday was a huge day in terms of the mileage we travelled. Did 515k, leaving from Patagonia Acres in Chile all the way out to this through a stunning road alongside the lake, cut into the rock. Just amazing. A little bit wet, so we couldn't really enjoy it quite as much as we would want to. That was 90k of off-road riding, and that took us to just outside Chile Chico. After that, we had massive amounts to cover, so I had 350k to cover, and really just so easy to do because the rain had eased up. It was really quite fine, and just beautiful straight roads, quite incredible. So we did about 150k to get to a fuel stop, have a cup of coffee in this funny little place covered in stuff, little like general store in the middle of nowhere. And then after that, another 200k. And it sounds an awful lot, but the roads were so good. Big sweeping curves, massive landscapes, lots of llamas running across the road. I think Wilson said he saw an armadillo. Shame I didn't see one of those. but just absolutely superb. Just in terms of the speed we could travel and the roads, absolutely wonderful. The occasional section with gravel, which kind of caught you out, there was for the most part warning of that. When you're doing like 100, 130, 140 kilometers an hour, you do need to slow down a little bit for that gravel. But glorious riding, which is what all this holiday's been, this adventure's been about.
I enjoyed the great planning each day, the short briefings that we had about what to expect for the next day. All of the hotels we stayed at were very good. The meals have been terrific. Mixing again with all the different fellas and having some laughs, and I've laughed more this week than I've had in a long time.
I've been to me this has been one big adventure, and the accommodations to me have been from very good to awesome. I loved it. I don't come here to stay in a luxury hotel, which I am actually doing these 2 last nights in Ushuaia, and I appreciate that also. That's great fun.
I personally am in the hotel business in the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean, so I know hotels, and you've selected out some terrific ones, easy to parking, and good food everywhere we've eaten. I probably am showing a little, but it was terrific food, and every spot's been great.
We're roughly about day 12 on the tour, and we're climbing a little bit today because we're in this wonderful national park. Now you should be able to see behind the peaks. There's a massive one over there, which I think is Mount Fitzroy, and it's just glorious. Really very windy, so a little bit challenging on the bikes coming in. But yesterday was a wonderful day. 60k on the road, and then some really challenging, a 70k section of quite deep gravel. So that had everybody working hard on the bikes, but we emerged out the other side with a fantastic sense of achievement. And then we've just had those long sweeping roads, and the skies here have just been wonderful. The cloud formations just so beautiful everywhere. We had the chance to go up to Torres del Paine, which is a wonderful national park, soaring mountains, snow on the tops of them, waterfalls, all kinds of stuff, and great gravel riding in the park. So that was fantastic. We had a wonderful lamb barbecue, a traditional lamb barbecue at the accommodation on the previous night, and then we've come down. And about 250k to get here yesterday, so a chance to walk around Porto Natales, have a look at the seafront. This is where Shackleton set off from, and a little statue of him down there. And we have made it to Ushuaia. This is the town behind us. We are nearly at the end of the world. We have travelled 630 kilometres today, really big roads to get down here, a ferry crossing in the middle, and as we come into Ushuaia, it turns like the Alps. There's snow-covered mountains behind us, beautiful winding roads through it. But we've got to our final destination, and the end of the world is just 30k beyond that way. We've travelled 4,660 kilometres to get here, and our hotel tonight is absolutely wonderful. It's made of granite, it's clad in copper. It looks like a Bond villain lair on the top of the hill, but it's just been a wonderful experience. All the guys are inside having a well-earned beer after such a fantastic day, and what an experience. We've driven those KTM 890s right the way from the top in Chile right down to the bottom of the world, and it's absolutely wonderful. and today we've come out to what is supposedly the southerly point in this part of the trip. Now, clearly that's not exactly true, because if I was just stood 5 foot beyond that, I would be far more south than I am at the moment, and there are islands beyond it. But this is the furthest point that the road gets, with a lovely gravel road to get out of here. A lot of other tourists out here, because this is the shot you want.
So if you have some interest in doing some unique, different things, you got to get with Ride Expeditions, and they offer a bunch of stuff all over the world, and it's really a great time. So do not wait, do it now.
But it's been an amazing motorcycling experience, and also seeing the country is just outstanding.
This tour has been incredible. It's said that it's World's End Tour. It could be the best tour you ever do in your life, but either way, you should come on this trip. It's been incredible.